Well, I am in Yosemite. And unfortunately it's raining, although not too bad right now. It was raining harder. It's 6:30, but I slept in the car. And it's now after 8 o'clock. We're gonna go up Upper Yosemite Falls, see how the weather is, and then maybe loop back down to the right by Muir Lake. Maybe go up to Eagle Point, maybe go up to the top of El Capitan. Not really sure. There's a valley down below. It's been a pretty tame trail, a lot of little switchbacks, fairly gently graded. You gain about 1,000 foot a mile on the way up, maybe slightly less, 3,300 feet in 3.4 miles, I think. So passed a couple people. The weather's great now. It's a little muggy, a little misty, but you can see the trail. Good trail. Just headed up probably maybe a mile up, if that. Probably not even. There's a shot of our friend Half Dome. Good shot. They have a little railing here, little I guess lookout point, if you will. But we still have a lot of elevation to gain. Someone was just coming down. They must have started at like, I don't know, 5 in the morning, 5:30. They warned me about the weather. It's supposed to rain and storm most of the day. So obviously, if I'm up high on top of granite cliffs and it's lightning, I will get down and get out of there. But so far, it's pretty nice. It's just a little mist. So it's a little sandy. Luckily it's wet. Makes it a little easier, but this would be tough if it were loose sand. So anyway, you can see headed up pretty steeply right now with a ton of rock steps. So we're headed up essentially to the top of this cliffs, if not a little higher. All right, so we just contoured around and dropped actually a couple hundred feet. Here's our first view of the falls. It's not going that fast, but there's that much water. So we got to drop, and now we're going to start to climb again. We got to climb, as you can imagine, up to the top of that. So probably gained, I don't know, 12, 13, probably not 1,500 feet, maybe 1,500 feet though. So anyway, I think we'll drop a little, then we should start climbing again around this corner. There's the waterfall. We're up near these big granite faces, winding sort of between these two. A little more out in the open, so getting more rain now. It's still a light rain, but I'm drenched more so from sweat, I think, than rain. I have my full brimmed hat on. This keeps it out of my face a little bit, but trail's mostly rock now. Past more people, so decent amount. Past close to 10 people now on the way up. Just a couple going down. I'm sure there's some people up there too, trying to beat the storms, but clouds look fine so far. So I will assess when I'm up there and check in a little higher up. Well, we've reached the junction at the top. It's only like a quarter mile to Yosemite Falls, but I'm gonna go back that way. I'm gonna go risk it with the weather. I'm gonna go to Eagle Peak, just 2.8 from here, and then if the weather still looks okay, I might continue to El Cap, 4.7 from here, but then I have to come back this way and I'd want to check out the falls. And if the weather was bad, I could head down here, but I was going to loop around east and come down by Mirror Lake, but that would put me at like I think close to a 30-mile day. So we'll see. Maybe I'll just go to Eagle Peak and then turn around, but who knows. So to be determined. I do want to see Yosemite Fall, but I would have been adding an extra half mile if I went there, then did this, then went back by it again. So trying to be efficient here, and I think it should be relatively flatter, maybe a little rolling. As you can see, we're up in the woods on top of the North Rim, or close to the top of the North Rim. So anyway, in the woods here, at least we get some tree cover from the rain. Had a team of mules coming through. I had to seed, I had to move out of the way. So I've passed the turnoff for Eagle Point. I probably only have about a mile, maybe a little over a mile to El Cap. And once I'm on top of El Cap, then I'll turn around and head back, and I'll hit Eagle Peak or Eagle Point, Eagle Peak on the way back. And then I'll hit Upper Yosemite Falls, and then maybe just go back down there, or I could turn it into a much bigger loop and wrap around and down whatever canyon it is, eventually to Mirror Lake, and then I'd be down the valley. I would be like around 30 total miles, I think, if I did that, maybe even more. Oh look, we're sort of exposed now, Karen. So maybe this is the start of the rock formation that is El Cap, and we will obviously work our way to the tip of it, or up it, I guess. Oh, we're almost there. There's Half Dome out in the mist. There was a guy just coming back, but I am walking out onto El Capitan. I'm not sure how close to the edge you can get. I know at the end, just watching climbers or Honnold come up, it got a little easier up the top, like a little more almost hiking up rocks than actual vertical climbing. So we might even be able to start dropping off the tip of it a little bit, but I'm not sure. I was hoping for just like a sheer face. Still raining, just misting, light rain. Still no thunder or lightning. Can still see Half Dome over there. This might extend out further than I expect. Started a new recording in case the last one froze. We are walking out on the tip of El Capitan, and I don't know if there's going to be a distinct sheer drop. Probably not. It's a cool little tent site here, but I think it's about the same distance to come up the way I did, which is like 8.5 miles or so, or if you come up from Oak Flat, I think it's similar distance. So there's not, an easy short way to get up here. You got to do, let's say at least 8 miles if the other way is about the same. So I don't know exactly where I should be going down to here. There's some cairns here. I don't know where the climbers top out. Obviously here, once you're here, you're on top and you're just walking, you're not climbing anymore. But I think I'm starting to get close to where it's gonna, yeah, see, it just sort of continues to fall off in a series of ledges. So I don't know if I should be following these things down to check it out down there. We'll keep going a little bit. So we're essentially still on the top. I just wanted to get to some sort of more sheer drop off, I guess. I mean, it's probably gonna slowly but surely start getting steeper and steeper in terms of drop off. There's a cairn. I mean, like I could continue down further. You can see it's pretty easy to get down here, but I don't know if there's a point. You can see all the mist and the fog in the valley. So there's not really a good little like lookout point per se. But this is El Capitan. I'm on top of it. And eventually if I kept going down, then I would reach vertical cliffs where I could not go down any further. So, and that's, I don't know, that might be at the bottom of that shrubbery there, if I had to guess. So yeah, El Cap. Got some pretty good views opening up here. We're almost on Eagle Peak. But look at Half Dome. And then you can see, I guess that is Nevada Fall there that you can see. And that's, that is Cloud's Rest back there, that ridge, which is about 1,000 foot higher than Half Dome. And we are almost up, I think, to the top of Eagle Peak. But there's the valley down below with cars everywhere and buildings, and no one's up here, and it's fantastic. And it's not even raining right now, but you can see all the wet granite and the mist, and so this is awesome. And there's the switchbacks, I believe, right there. I think that might be Glacier Point. I could be wrong on that, but you can see there's a trail that's zigzagging up there. Yeah, we're on top of Eagle Peak. Unbelievable views. You don't really get a view of El Cap. But yeah, luckily it's pretty clear. You can see the valley nice and clear. It almost looks cooler with all this mist and stuff. And there's Upper Yosemite Falls. Having trouble seeing it in the viewfinder. Somewhere around there, I think. But yeah, pretty cool. I might stop. I might have a little snack, but I guess I don't even need one. Yeah, awesome views. Now I'll go back, check in when I get to the viewpoint at Upper Yosemite Falls, and then I think there's another viewpoint like up on this cliff somewhere that'll add, I don't know, half a mile, maybe a mile. I might as well go check that out if the weather's looking okay still. So yeah, Half Dome looks pretty cool. I'm not sure if anyone's on it now or if the weather scared people away, but I can't say I see anyone on it. So yeah, this Yosemite, it's one of the cooler views of Yosemite I've had, actually. We've passed the point for where you would see the falls, which are going to be this. I think this will be the top of them right around here, a little bit lower. We are heading to Yosemite Point. So we crossed this nice little bridge here. I believe we're gonna have to gain some elevation to get up on this cliff, but it shouldn't be, hopefully shouldn't be too much, maybe, you know, 200-300 feet, I think. There's, these bros are coming back, I think, from where I'm gonna be going. So, yeah, nice river, nice bridge. Big waterfall gonna be over there at some point. So yeah, just moving along here. See what this sign says. Danger. That's danger, you could fall off the waterfall. Fair enough. Very pretty. So I think this is Yosemite Point at the rail here. I'll have to check the map, but I don't, we're about to fall off a cliff, so I don't know where else to go now. This is nice, they have a rail. Yosemite Point. And there's the lower part of, I guess, Lower Yosemite Falls. I'm parked somewhere down there. There's, I think, the main visitor center lodge right here that you're seeing, and then back further down the valley is Happy Isles. Great view of Half Dome. Other side, there's you know, whatever Glacier Point is. I don't know if it's that or if it's right on the tip there. It's the higher point. I think that's generally where Glacier Point is. But yeah, still great views, even though it's, you know, it's still drizzling, but it feels good. If anything, it makes it a little nicer on everyone. So cool views up on the granite. No one up here. So I've seen a couple people, but I mean, aside from passing some people here and there, I was alone on top of El Cap, on top of Eagle Peak, and now on top of Yosemite Point. I would imagine at the viewpoint down at the falls, I will not be alone, but I can't imagine more than maybe 5 or 6 people there. So I thought it was going to be crowded and a shit show, but it's great. So Yosemite Point. So we are almost at the Yosemite Falls overlook. We have a bunch of big, wet granite steps to descend. And since they're wet, they're actually hopefully this is, I don't know, it turns sideways or something. We are dropping down quite a bit to this overlook, probably 100 feet or more. Hey. You can't even see things that well. Anyway, not the best view here. Even if we went out on this rock ledge, which we easily could, you still can't really see the waterfall very well. So this is Upper Yosemite Falls, and now I just got to go down 3.5 miles, give or take, back to part of that parking lot, I think, that you see. It might be out of view, but yeah.